you know it or not, just the other week I had the prime opportunity down in Birmingham, Alabama. Y'all know I'm from the South. I had the opportunity just this past weekend. I took my kids to the Universal Soul Circus. I took them to the Soul Circus, and whether you know it or not, I found out that the Soul Circus has two different parts. It has the first half and it has a second half, but in between the first and the second half, there's an intermission. Everybody say intermission. There's an intermission. Whether you know it or not, they didn't want everybody to get bored at the intermission, and because they didn't want everybody to get bored, they brought the elephants out inside of the ring at intermission time, and they put a big sign up and made an announcement: elephant rides for $10. And I'm thinking, who in the world wants to ride a nasty, stinky elephant? And when you get off the elephant, you're going to be stinking, and you pay them $10 to stink when you leave that elephant. Elephant rides for $10, whether you know it or not. All of the people started coming from all of the corners of the circus. All of the parents, all of the children. I want to ride the elephant. Parents were paying $10. They mounted on the elephant. When they mounted on the elephant began to walk around the ring. The elephant was walking around the ring in circles, and I noticed that the elephant was not walking by himself. He wasn't walking by himself, but it was a man who had a white suit on. He didn't just have a white suit on, but he also had a broom and a trash can. They call this type of person a pooper scooper, because elephants don't have any shame in their game. They have no shame in their game, and because they have no shame in their game, they're walking around the circle, and every now and again they poop in the middle of the ring. Every now and again they pee inside of the middle of the ring, and because they have no shame in their game, I was wondering how in the world with all of that poop on the floor is this circus not sticking up the place. I came to find out the reason that the elephants could mess up and not stick up the place, because every time they messed up, there was a pooper scooper coming behind them to pick their mess up. Can I tell somebody? God told me to tell you, that's what God does for us. It's not that on happening. God's in church. It's not that messed up your life. Every now and then you might have done some things I should have done. I had some flaws, but I thank God He makes me look better than all my flaws, because every time I make a mess, God comes behind me and He scoops my mess up. Anybody can talk about God as a scoop the mess up. You made it inside of your home. Anybody can testify God scooped the mess up. You made it on your job. Anybody can testify God scoops your mess up. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. Notice, the name of this album is College Dropout. Talking about Kanye West. But the name of this song is Jesus Walks. And so many parents are raising an eyebrow as to how it is our kids can listen to music from somebody who's dropped out of college. When many of our parents promote our children to go to college. Whether you know it or not, what many of our parents don't know and what some of our children don't know is that Kanye West dropped out of college to pursue music because he wanted to have a voice in society. And what better way to have a voice in society than through the gift of music, because everybody's listening to music. And so therefore, as a consequence, he names his album College Dropout as a slap in the face to all of his critics. Because once he dropped out of college, everybody said that he wouldn't make it. Everybody said that he wouldn't amount to anything. Everybody said that he wouldn't make any money in life. And so therefore, as a consequence, when he comes out with his music, he names his album College Dropout to let them know that I acknowledge my failures. I'm not proud of my failures, but I'm not trying to hide my failures. And the reason I'm not trying to hide my failures, I'm naming my album College Dropout as a slap in the face to all of my critics, because you need to know is that in spite of me dropping out of college, I still made something of myself. I did not succumb to the statistics. And so therefore, he calls this album College Dropout because he tells everybody that failure is not final. Anybody can testify in life that even in the midst of all of your flaws, you know that God uses people who have flaws. And when you make mistakes in life, so many times folk, even inside the church, try to hang those mistakes over your head. But every now and again, you gotta tell them it's not about what you speak over my life, but it's about the destiny that God has spoken over my life. Anybody know that God declared that I'm the head and not the tail? So he named this album College Dropout. But the name of the song is Jesus Walks.
Yeah.
50 miles. Cussing Kanye West. Rude boy Kanye West makes a song called Jesus Walks. Whether you know it or not, the Bible tells us in Matthew chapter number 7, judge not that you be not judged. Amen. So therefore, as a consequence, I'm not judging Kanye West, but every now and again, you got to be a fruit inspector. Because God, how in the world can Kanye West make a song called Jesus Walks, but his lifestyle is so contradictory and contradistinctive to the character of Christ? And so therefore, as a consequence, I'm wondering how God can use Kanye West, whether you know it or not. I don't doubt that Kanye West is saved. I do not doubt that Kanye West is saved. I do not doubt that Jesus walks with Kanye West. But if Kanye West were here today, the question that I want to ask Kanye West is, are you walking with Jesus? Because whether you know it or not just looking at Kanye West, but every now and again we need to look at ourselves. So many times inside of the church, we claim that Jesus walks with us. We sing the song that he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I'm his own. Not only do we sing the song, but we quote the verse inside of the Bible. Jesus said, lo, I'm with you always, even into the end of the world. He promised us never to leave us alone. He promised never to leave us nor forsake us. But every now and again, I got to ask myself the question. I know that Jesus is walking with me, but I want to know inside of the church tonight is, are we walking with Jesus? Anybody can claim to be a Christian just because they come to church. But can I tell somebody that coming to church doesn't make you a Christian? Coming to church doesn't make you a disciple of Jesus Christ. How can I say that I'm walking with Jesus when I act like I act, cuss like I cuss, drink like I drink, smoke like I smoke? How in the world can I claim that I walk with Jesus when I'm not trying to do anything that Jesus has ordained for me to do? You can't just talk the talk. Every now and again, you got to walk your faith out. Anybody know that the Bible declares that we are not just to be hearers of the word, but we're to be doers of the word? We got enough people in church hearing the word all day long. Everybody coming to the church talking about I need a word. You got a word all day long. It's time out for folks saying they need a word. It's time for us to start doing